What's been the key for this team to put together this 5-game point streak?
I think we're playing a little bit better defensively, and then I think we're capitalizing on our opportunities. PK's been a little bit better the last 5 too, so kind of a little bit of everything. And then Gibby stood on his head last night. Tal's been playing well, so kind of full team efforts. Everything's just been a little bit better.
I know you guys don't look at the standings, keep things in the room, but how tight, when the standings are this tight, how do you keep things in the room and just day to day?
Yeah, you're stacking points as many as you can at this stage of the year. I think. Saw something that we were out of the playoff picture and now we're in first. Changes every day, so we just gotta concentrate on our process and how we're playing.
This team's already 30 games into the season. Has it flown by, or does it feel like that for obviously everyone?
No, it's flown by. It feels like there's been so many games. I feel like usually when you're at this stage of the year, you're kind of at like 22, 23 games. There's usually a lot more breaks early in the season, but with the Olympic break, it's just been an absolute sprint. So. It's kind of flown by and kind of just game after game after game. So, momentum's a huge thing when that's happening, and we gotta find a way to continue the positive momentum we have right now.
And last one for me, you see teams start to settle in at this point in the season, I would think. Are you noticing that out in the ice? And for you guys, are you guys starting to settle in a little bit more too?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're 30 games in. The practices. Start to be a little bit more tailored to just a few tweaks instead of, more of those early season training camp type practices. And we're playing every other night and travel and all that, so you kind of just settle into a groove, and hopefully the groove is a good one, not a bad one.
Thanks, Copp. Todd, 30 games into the season. Has this season flown by for you and the group, or does it just feel like that on the outside?
It's an interesting question. I think when you're in it and the games are compacted the way it is, you're like just trying to breathe. But when you reflect back, we're like, 35% done our season already. So it has flown by, but it does feel like a grind for everybody. And I don't think that's going to change, obviously, till the end of the year.
You talk about the grind of the season as a whole. In terms of how you break down the season for the players, what does that look like for you in your process?
Well, the first thing is the summer approach, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do to prepare for training camp. Then training camp comes, and that's a real important segment. Obviously, it's not about points, wins, or losses at that time. It's about implementing a foundation. I thought the first 5 to 10 games were going to be a tough road for us based on the schedule and the opponents that we had, so we looked at that. And then you settle into the season. But after about the 10-game mark, all teams are prepared. I think the star players have found their groove. The goaltending settles in, so it becomes real hockey. And that's the phase we're in now. Next target is Christmas. I think we have 8 games left, so we'll work hard to bank as many points as we can, and then we'll breathe for 3 days, and it starts up again. So it gets broken up into segments. It's not always the common 5 games, or 10. At the end of this road trip will be another segment for us where we'll sit down and look at some of the things we did on the six-game road trip.
As you've evolved as a coach, have you found easy or different ways to keep that messaging day to day as the season goes on?
Yeah, it can get old quickly. We have to use different voices. They can't always hear mine. So the staff that we have put together, they participate. They do presentations to the players. They do some one-on-one stuff with them. It just can't constantly be the same voice over and over again. And then practice, we try and come up with concepts that we want to work on, but maybe vary the drills a little bit, keep them entertained and enthused about actually being on the ice. Again, it can become a grind. And then it's about playing the games. That's what we're here for. And sometimes you got to make adjustments or teach or use clips game-wise to improve rather than practicing.
We talked yesterday about Emmett's progression specifically. What have you seen, though, in Axel and Nate? Because he plays yesterday, too. It feels like their progression is equally as important for you guys.
Yeah, it's very important. And you can throw Branson into that. He was here for a good portion of those games. But, the 2 in particular, Axe has played basically every game of the season now. He's about as deep into a year as he's ever been with his 7 exhibition games and 2 rookie games and 30 games on the ice right now. That's almost a full year for him over in Sweden. And at his size, he's probably feeling a little bit, but he's done a real good job of taking care of his body and getting prepared to play each and every night. Danny, on the other hand, fought injury early in the season, had to find his game down there, and I think he's playing better and better each night that he's here. So the confidence continues to build.
What about their bond with each other? It feels like they just have, especially all three guys, have a connection while on the ice too.
Yeah, that's. I think that you find that's common, especially when you got 3 20-year-olds on your squad. They'll tend to hang out a little bit more. They don't have wives or kids at home, and it's a brand new experience for them, so they can share with each other what they're going through, maybe support each other a little bit more. But I keep a close eye on what's happening around the rink, and often when I peek, I can see veteran players pulling them aside, taking them to dinner, riding with them on the bus, talking to them on the bench. So they have a real good support system within the team.